Hello, we have more. This is game week 4, I think. I'm pretty sure it is still. Completely lost count. But it's humans against Amazons. It's still the same game week as the last video, whatever that was. I think Amazons win the toss here, choose to receive. I had a quick look earlier at some of this, see what highlights we had. And yeah, so the humans are defending first. They've got a block ogre. That's quite exciting. 2 blitzers with mighty blows, so that makes 3 block mighty blow players altogether. A couple of tackle players who are valuable against Amazons. One of those is a blitzer, one is a lineman. 2 unleveled catchers there, unleveled thrower. This setup is leaving their mighty blow blitzers, arguably their most dangerous players, quite vulnerable. They're easily blitzed on 2 dice. There's a mighty blow Amazon blitzer here to look at as well. You should probably be swinging at this one with this one for an assist, or one of these 2. 4 block players in a line scrimmage. That's 3 blitzers and 1 lino, isn't it? I think. Yeah, it is, but I couldn't quite tell with the stance which one it was. The thrower has sure hands, and there's 2 unleveled catchers in there as well. The Amazons, I want to check this out because I think they still, yeah, they have no apothecary, which is quite surprising. Yeah, there's that. So, opening with a player without block, throw a block against a player without block. This one and this one were swapped around. You can hit diagonally 3 times with block players. Much safer. You don't have to burn a reroll here. You do have 4 rerolls. Both teams have got 4 rerolls because the humans want 1 for the kickoff. But straight away, that's just it's just like lazy positioning. Like just get as many block players here as you can. Have them hitting people. That line woman should not be there, and should not be making the opening block. Because now you're rolling all of these without a reroll. The ball's not safe here either. This is an easy 2 dice on the ball. Giving up all these, rolling these blocks with no rerolls. Yeah, this catcher around here, blitzer there, 2 dice, easy. And the ball's just standing there, inviting a blitz, kind of asking for a turnover, but they could well be getting away with not committing a turnover. So they're blitzing this side instead. So that means this mighty blow blitzer had played no part in this turn. That's the Amazon's most dangerous player, just standing there watching. And they probably decide to blitz this way because the ball went this way, but if we watch where the ball goes, I mean they go get pretty aggressive down here. That makes these 2 players quite easy to separate off. But the ball coming over here, like that could have happened first action of the turn. And then the humans are not going to be blitzing it. They could have moved the ball down here and then screen with the thrower and this linewoman who are going to be over here. And then they don't run the risk of a turnover and giving up a sack. Which they got away with. But there we go. So what I'd like to have done here, if I was the humans, is make way. Like probably means getting this catcher out of the way, or this blitzer if it's going somewhere else, and just stick the ogre in there and just watch those 2 players, and then prevent Amazons coming over there. And then you've got 1 player taking 2 players out of the game, including the Amazons' most dangerous player, that mighty blow blitzer. And they're just taken care of then. And then you can concentrate on all of these, squeeze them this way, and don't give them any space, while these 2 are going to have to start rolling dodges to get away from the ogre, because they're not going to have anything else to do. That as a blitz target is probably a good idea, and that's using tackle to get themselves a stun. So that shuts down the attack on this side for now. These 2 players were both free though, so if that had gone wrong, they could arguably have been chucking this in for an early touchdown unopposed, where these players could have moved before that blitz. So the ogre here is just marking 1 line woman, but you could have stuck him in there, marked a blitzer and a catcher, just taking them out of the game, separate them off for the rest of the team, and just concentrate all your firepower on here. Which is where the ball is as well, so you can be pressuring that. Like the Amazons don't really have an out. The human coach here, we've seen already this season, like plays really defensively and just focuses on preventing the score by staying deep. and not giving you anywhere to advance to. And I found that really tough to play against. But it doesn't make for high-scoring games. And they could probably be playing more aggressively here and putting this ball under much more pressure. Where they've stayed quite deep, they're kind of giving the Amazons much more space to attack. So have fairly effectively been shut down, like these Amazon players here. They're this is what I wanted to look at. I was thinking, yeah, they'd have had to have tagged out these two players, but they could have had another assist in here to hit this tackle player, who's someone they don't want on the pitch. And that's why a tackle is preventing the dodge reroll there. And I think the ball's not safe there. Pretty sure at a minimum. Let's let it switch. Yeah, minimum 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is. They'd have to go here. So go for it for 1 dice on the ball from there. It's 1 in 6 safe knockdown, 1 in 3 for if you don't mind taking the both down for it. So if it's the last action in the turn, just doing that could be good. Otherwise, you can just put him in to put pressure on the ball. Yeah, he's the only blitz on the ball. But again, there are Amazons over here who are just out on their own and easy to separate off from the rest of the team. If you don't let them stick together, it's much harder for them to function. So there, yeah. If the catcher is marking more players there. If it just stumps in there, that's 2 dice, and then this blitz is free to blitz someone else because I think the blitzer. I think blitz is here, as far as I remember. Yeah, so that frees up the tackle player to go move somewhere else, but it could have just been an extra hit, and the blitzer could have come along, hit this player. There's another one you're putting down, or trying to. Yeah, okay. So Ogre tagging out 2 blitzers, which is much better use of it. It's going to full send to roll some dice to retreat, or is it going to keep them out of the game? So straight away blitzing the marker on the ball, which is great. And should definitely have been the first dice rolled this turn. Could maybe have stood some players up first as well, though. So ball is going that way. I do need to watch the diagonals here. Because at the moment this is a fairly easy 1 dice. So dodged there and made it, but if that dodge had failed, there was 1 dice on the ball available. Might still be, I think, this blitzer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. This blitzer's got to go for it for 2 dice on the ball. And that's, yeah, block against not block, 1 in 3 to put the ball on the floor after the 2+ roll. Ogre Boneheads. Yeah, if you're gonna move a player with Bonehead or really stupid, it's good to do it early because you know you need someone else to do what you wanted to do with them. If not, if they need to go mark someone up or cover a space. If you know you're failing Bonehead really early in the turn, you still got all your other actions. So yeah, if it's just going to be a move, it's good to do that early. Okay, that is the tackle player, but finding a power anyway. Grabbing a knockout. I think that's the first removal we've had, isn't it? Pretty sure it's the first one. Yeah, just that first knockout on the catcher. So this player's marked up, so they're giving away a mighty blow hit on their thrower there. Do get 1 dice on the ball, and that is a knockdown. Okay, just to stun that catcher. Not a great scatter for the humans. The Amazons do get to... oh, that's a removal back. That was an injury as well. Just badly hurt on the lineman. So it's 10 plays 10 on the pitch at the moment. The Amazons do now have 2 dice on this player on the ball. Where is the Amazon thrower, actually? Way over here. So pretty out of position. which is quite a long way behind the play. So if you're going to run off with someone, you kind of need the thrower within reach to go pick up the ball if you lose it. That was tackle preventing a dodge reroll again. Team reroll gets it out. So blitzing there. Then throwing 2 go for it just quite casually into the end zone. So that's with no rerolls as well. And that player's left in there. So this suggests a pass into the end zone from this blitzer this turn. That's really asking quite a lot with no rerolls. This 2 3+ rolls and probably a 4+ for the throw. Goes wrong, lands in 2 Amazon tackle zones, so not so bad, but they've left this, their best player is just easily surfed here. And I think this has got to be the blitzer's turn. It's catcher there, and then this blitzer can reach that square to just push. That's all you need, and then that player's gone for the drive and potentially the whole game. It's free injury roll, you can't pass that up, but the blitz does go somewhere else. And it looks like, well, they use the ogre for it, which is risky in its own way, and it clears the tackle zone off the ball and stands the ogre on the ball. So arguably, you know, it's an important use of a blitz, but I think the opportunity to lose that player for at least the rest of the drive has got to be greater. I really think that has to be the blitz. I do grab an injury there though. That is another blitzer. No, it's a lineman with a block. And that was tackle again. So tackle is definitely doing some work in this game. And this is just becoming a bit of a scrum around the ball, where competing every turn to try and just get the most tackle zones on the ball. I think this is worth a pick-up attempt from the humans. They've got 4 rerolls, 5 turns to use them in. It's a 4+ roll, and you might as well have a go. And I think the catcher, probably the player to do it. Just nip in there, 4+. Got a team reroll if you need it, 75%. Then you've got 3+ dodge with a reroll to try and get it safe in here. I think the Amazons are going to be hard-pressed getting that back again. That's just like an example of the sort of thing I was saying about you could be a bit more aggressive and get more out of it. And then just step that one in there, which I think gives up another hit, or gives more opportunity for the Amazons to move this player off the ball. I think if he's there, then there's going to be a minimum of 1 tackle zone on the ball, probably more, because I don't think they're hitting the ogre. They have to open with a 1, or they do open with a 1 dice. I don't know if they did have to. He gets pushed onto the ball, doesn't really help them with the scatter. Yeah, so this stand up here, that's a 2 dice block they had. They could have taken sooner. So it's down to 1 tackle zone on the ball, and then 1 dice from the ogre pushes him back to scatter it. Where's it going? So that's a pretty good square. So thrower, dodge, pick up. No one to chuck it to necessarily. So are they looking for that first? So they've gone 2 dice there on that catcher. So they could chuck it down here, but that's probably quite easily taken down, especially with that tackle blitzer available. So it does dodge away. And grab the ball, throwing it in there. I don't think you get this ball safe. No, standing next to a prone player's always risky. And there was a lot of dice thrown there as well, with that blitzer just still in the end zone, available to be blitzed. But the humans, yeah, standing next to this prone player, as it is, they've just got 1 dice on the ball. This lineman, was he 2, 4, 6? It's 2 go for it. Is it 2 go for it? Did I miscount that? 2, 4, 6, 8, no. But so I think you can look at, though, if you get at least a push here, you can push that one out of the way as well. You can maybe, no, you don't want that one there, because you want this space for this guy to come in with one go for it, and that's your 2 dice on the ball. Yeah, coming to stand there was a bit unusual. I think even there's a bit safer. But yeah, just right next to a prone player, it's something to look out for. And not a great idea. So I can throw this, go for it now. Yeah, and that's 2 dice on the ball. They're still on 4 4 rerolls as well, so might as well re-roll this. Gets a knockdown with that. Ball back on the floor. And yeah, 3 tackle zones on it again. I think it might be worth maybe, yeah, just throwing the catch around here to try and grab it. Their thrower's way down here, but it's not their attacking drive. But it would be good to try and get the thrower as near to the ball as possible. Not the Amazon, yeah, the Amazon thrower is here, so she's around. Yeah, I think rather than that 1 dice block from the catcher, which is 1 in 3 for a turnover, yeah, you can go 1, 2, 3. If you've still got dodge, 4, 5, 6, 7, pick the ball up. Step out there, maybe. When you're gonna, it would be 2 dice on the ball with a dodge. I think it's worth trying to get hands on the ball, and at this stage as well, with 3 turns to go for the humans, who really are controlling this drive, they should need to think about getting a scoring threat in, and one of their catchers over here is going to give the Amazons something they have to consider. Almost cleared this off. Okay, yeah, so that was quite an error. So this thrower could go back a 4+ pickup there. They've got sure hands as well, so not bad. Then they've got players down here who potentially can score this turn if they want to try the throw and into a tackle zone and run off with it. But yeah, taking that block first, when that's the only available square against the dodge player, it's more than likely going to be a pushback. And that's just putting an extra tackle zone on the ball and putting a dodge in for the thrower as well. Made the 4+ dodge, 5+ dodge even. Yeah, so even that was quite careless. Yeah, there was a 3+ dodge there, then a free move into that square. But yeah, just dodged on 5+ and failed the pickup. Another bonehead, had a couple of those. So yeah, tackle again, popping off, turning that into a knockdown. Pushing back there, puts another tackle zone on the ball. Don't know if maybe the humans aren't so concerned about that. So trying to 3+ dodge with a blitzer there. I don't know if this was going to be the blitz. Was it going to be on the thrower, maybe? But he's a knockout. Foul dodge and a knockout. Yeah, having to rely on 3+ rolls is not safe. So trying to free this blitzer, looks like. Do you get that? We've got 3+ dodge, 3+ pick up this turn because there's no human tackle zones on the ball. Catcher is back in there to mark. Thrower's got the ball, and then with the bonehead they can go right through here. They've got a reroll available for the catch, but double 1 the throw. So that's unfortunate. Did just need a 3+. Another second consecutive bonehead is not going to be helpful. Blitz in that way. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure maybe I think these 2 players between them could have come blitz this thrower. He's probably the most dangerous in terms of picking up the ball. That does give up the scoring threat. This is the only potential one now. You'd need to get dodge and get down there. But yeah, just again looking to just surround the ball, make it hard to pick up. And maybe got some 1 dices. Push there, then the tackle player. So this is 1 in 3 to knock down. Yeah, and get some power. So Amazons can still definitely score, but they're going to need to scatter the ball really. They've gone for the lineman in there, so the catcher, it would be 2 dice against the catcher, which would be a safer way to do it, scatter onto the ball. But took the both down with a 1 dice, push on that catcher. I think that leaves them needing a pick up in the tackle zone, which is failed. They've got 2 rerolls still. Get that, and now needs a dodge, but no more rerolls because of tackle again. So again, tackle's just been really valuable this first half for the humans, but it's still needed after that. 3+ dodge, 3+ handoff, with no rerolls anymore, and needed that to score. I think that was turn 8 for the Amazons. It was, yeah. So the humans didn't get a scoring threat in, so it's going to be 0-0 at half. See what blocks they can take here. So they've got 2 dice with the mighty blow, just a push. Humans still on 2 rerolls, so they can afford the luxury of rerolling something if they want to. So using the tackle blitzer, could have rerolled that one. I don't know what else they're doing, what they might want it for. I'm looking at 1 dice on this. On this one, yeah. So half-ended, surplus rerolls for the humans, none for the Amazons. They burn through theirs quite quickly. Well, not that quickly. They still have 1 in turn 8. So look at rolls. So that's an injured, unleveled liner. I think that's a knocked-out blitzer back. That injury was, I think, a lineman block, and that is a knockout back. So that's 10 plays 10. For the human attacking drive. We'll see how they set up. Okay, it's quite good width from the Amazons with what they've got left. They're quite flat, and there's no guard on the human team, so it's going to be difficult to find a good blitz. And they've set up all 3 of their block mighty blow players on the line, but all 3 can only hit forwards. And it's probably worth considering where the tackle blitzer goes as well, because that's probably who you want throwing your blitz. We'll pause this in a second, have a look. So we looked it's the Amazon Dark Elf game where we looked at blocking diagonally on the line of scrimmage. This is a quick stat. So what they could do here, if they still wanted to fix this, is if all of these just move 1 space left, they could all take diagonal blocks that way. But that's the 3 mighty blow players. You've got this tackle guy as well who can hit someone. They kind of needed probably all to be over 1, and an extra player over there, so they overlapped at each end. That'll give them 2 dice all the way along that line with a second hit available. This is tricky to blitz because there's no guard on the pitch at all, and the way the Amazon's set up is pretty healthy for avoiding that blitz. I think this is the one you can hit, but it takes 3 players, so you need your assist to be in there because it's not in anyone else's tackle zone. These 2 squares both are. And then you've got to tag out a player, so you're probably looking at catcher for the assist in there, lineman in there, which is going to give up a hit, so you need to protect him after as well, and then you blitz from that square. This one won't be able to assist because of the marker, and you've got your assist there, and that's how you get 2 dice on that one. But because you're then giving up that hit, you need to be able to move someone from here in there. We'll see how they start as well. So do start with a diagonal one. And then they go to the ogre. Okay, so the ogre finds a pal. So that one who was pushed, they do get a chance to have another go at that one. That one's just a push there though. So all 3 of their mighty blow players have managed to try and block someone. Then they've got 2 dice with the tackle, but that's just a push again. they've not really got. They can't really get enough players in here to help protect with that blitz that we looked at. So they're just holding back there. But if you're going to do that as well, then these 2 tackle players should probably swap, because then you've got a block player throwing that dice there, and that was the last block as well, wasn't it? So that would have been, that lineman was down there with the block. Make sure you're using all of your block players, or as many as you can. When you get enough block players, you can't use them all. But, so they're going 1 dice with a lineman or a blitzer. Find a pal, so 1 in 6 to get that knocked down, and they got it. For an injury too. And that is a badly hurt blitzer. I'm going to pick up the ball, grabs that. The blitz here coming on the catcher, so that is just a 2 dice spawn, but that's a push. Yeah, looking to get some players through to threaten the ball. One dice there, so a bit of revenge on this lineman. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I thought I'd remember that. So that's just an unlevel lineman who is badly hurt as well. Does that put the numbers on? 9 plays 9, so keeping it quite even. And dotted across there. So humans have got a bit of a gap here. If they can claim, they can start to sort of dominate that area of the pitch. Maybe try and get the ball safe in that sort of area. Right, the push there gives them a secondary hit from this one. And then just tag it up, trying to leave the mighty build players in contact. That one just a push. I think, like I was mentioned earlier, it's good to move the ogre pretty soon, because you know, if the ogre boneheads, you know you need to cover that space with someone else. Doesn't bonehead though. He's in there. Might be good if this catcher was out the way. Ogre could have just stood in there, marking both of those 2 players. This is a pretty long throw. It's completed though, so catcher takes the ball. Doesn't seem that safe there. I have to remember the catcher's a strength 2, so it's quite easy to get 2 dice on them. And it's a movement 7 blitzer who is blitzing, I'm pretty sure, on the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 go for it, or a 3+ with dodge is better than a 2+. So take that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 go for it, yeah. So dodging across the corner and 1 go for it is better than 2 go for it if you've got a reroll on the dodge. Double skulls though, and then just a push. Yes, pushing that way gives them 1 dice on the ball at the moment. Okay, couple of dice thrown there, and there's a pal there. So they got the ball forward to a catcher, but not very safely, and it has come down. And this could end up being quite similar to the first half now, where it's just how many tackle zones can I get on the ball. That's a dead blitzer. Forgot that had happened. But they have an apothecary. It's still broken. So whoever's playing the humans next, you don't have to face this blitzer. So it's an agility penalty one, which is something you can maybe hold on to for a bit, maybe until you can afford to replace him. The injuries starting to come thick and fast now. That's a foul dodge into a miss next game on that line woman. And it's 2 tackle zones each. But yeah, if you can afford to replace that agility blitzer, you can maybe sack him then, but it's probably worth keeping someone who you just going to want to hit people with anyway. He doesn't need to do a lot of dodging or picking the ball up. A power there. We've got a 4+ pickup with the catcher at the moment. I don't know if he's maybe worth a shot this turn. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Could score this turn with 4+, 3+, 2-2. I don't know, they necessarily want to score that early and give the ball back to the Amazons. Maybe a pushed onto the ball to scatter it. The catcher standing right there. If it bobbles to him, it's 5+ catch with a reroll as well. And he doesn't have to worry about the pickup. He's just got it. Yeah, leave it like that. Playing tackle zone wars. That's 2 tackle zones each, and they're looking for a scatter onto the ball. They are with the 1 dice. So it's in there. So still 2 dice, 2 tackle zones from the humans. Find a pal there with that 1 dice. That you needed to scatter that one, because with the follow-up you were going to have more tackle zones than humans on the ball. Here they've put it next to the ogre. So these 2 players, so throwing some 1 dice blocks, while these 2 players were just stranded over here, and all they're going to do is move over here. Just do that first. You don't want to risk them just staying not involved in the game with a couple of bad dice. Yeah, looking at clearing tackle zones off again. Ogre picking up a casualty. That's a broken linewoman with an armour bust. So they've got 2 dice there. And if you don't follow, this catcher's got 2 dice. Thrower can maybe come around and grab the ball. Yeah, could have followed up there for another tackle zone maybe. Small things. Have the ball there. Got a blitz. Yeah, this is just 1 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just from in there. Yeah, just a 1 dice on the ball. That is a coin flip to knock that thrower over. Yeah, finds it. So thrower freed up. I think thrower should be over here now, near the ball, ready to come and try and pick up, even if it's in the tackle zone. That's a good scatter for them. They could, if they're feeding fruity as well, try to pick up this blitz. I'll throw it to the thrower and run away with it. Is an option. That's a foul pick up there. Okay, gets it a second time of asking. Throwers run that way. It's not run that way. Okay, change mine. So we've got 1 dice on the ball with tackle with a 3+ dodge. Can they do any better? 4, 5, 6 in there, but needs a 3+ first. Standing that one up. Standing that one up. Yeah, it doesn't give him 2 dice. Doesn't give him 2 dice on there. It's a bonehead. That's a risk of relying on big guys. So that's not taken. There, it looks like it's going to be 1 dice if they blitz that way. And for that one, and just a push. Marker on the ball though. And that was a 4+ dodge. That didn't work out. The guy went there. Okay, that is the ball carrier free. And shut some skulls. Okay, so ball was not really dealt with there before they started throwing 1 dice blocks. I imagine they were trying to open something else up by taking that risk, but ball could have been over here. Maybe handed off to this thrower who was over here. Another knockout. Maybe accidentally playing sevens on a big pitch. Don't know. Up to 3, 4. Yes, 8 humans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Amazons? 7. 6. That's just a push. Right, so ball is not safe, and that means first action has to be moving it, probably that way with the dodge. I think that is the best play they've got the dodge skill. That's not helping keep the ball safe. Dodge away from tackle for a 2 dice without block, takes a turnover. Ball not safe. That had to be the first action, really. The blitzer holding the ball had to be over here, and this one stands up, so they have to roll some dice at least before they can get free. Because now we just got 4 dice on the ball without even trying. Ogre's throwing that. Good thing that Ogre's got block. We've saved it a couple of turnovers. That's another casualty as well. Missed next game, London, so Amazon's pretty beat up for the next game. Using the tackle player to blitz. Does get the ball on the ground. Pretty good scatter for the thrower. Scream at that catcher. Yeah, and the Amazons are going to have to pull out some nonsense dice to get anything from this, really. So we've got... I can get 1 dice on the ball with a 4+, 3+. What's this? 4, 5, 6, and a go for it. So a 4, 3, 2. They won't have dodge on the first one because of tackle on this one. So need a 4, then a 3 with a reroll. And then something helpful. But it's just a push. And what else did I have? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a go for it. So 3+ with no reroll. 3+, 2+ to get another marker in there, which is their best chance of shutting down the thrower. It means gives the humans a difficult play. And yeah, getting those 2 in there really makes all the difference. Makes the humans next turn that much harder. So freed up a player here. Yeah, I'm just trying to look, because I know what happens. I'm trying to see if there's a better play, and I don't think there was. I think the human coach picked exactly the right play, which is to blitz 1 and then dodge away. I don't think you can do anything else, even just the thrower blitzes. No, because if it's not a power, you still have to dodge anyway, so you might as well just make the dodge, get someone else to move one of them. So in there, and I think if you blitz from there, you can push there, dodge there, win game. Was a pal. So it's a 3+ dodge to score. They've got a reroll. But one thing to think about, and I'm just saying this, I know what happens. Won't keep you into too much suspense if you don't know what happens. But if you're going to dodge, think about where the ball can scatter. And is this catcher adding anything by being here? He's not really, because if the ball's going to scatter from this square, it might land there, it might land there, and it might land there. And if this catcher catches it, they win. So it's fouled back, got the reroll, and it does foul again. But just look where the ball lands. Yeah, there we go. 75% chance to catch that if that catches there. He's not doing anything there. There's no reason for him to be in that square. There is a reason for him to be in that square. It's just a little bit of thinking ahead to cover it, And that's not why it ended 0-0. It ended 0-0 because they found a 1 in 9 on that. 8 times out of 9, the humans win this 1-0 with that final play. But just one little thing that could have been different was, what's that catcher doing there? Nothing. What's he doing there? Maybe winning the game. And that's obviously not why the result went the way it went. It's an unfortunate time to hit that 1 in 9 on the dodge. But yeah, that happens. And it's quite a nice with the way that result was, because the humans were much better in that game than the Amazons. Like, they outplayed them, like genuinely. And there were a lot, like the Amazons lost a lot more players as well, which was part of that. Like, these removals were pretty telling. The Amazons picked up loads as well themselves, though, with some casualties, including a dead blitzer who's now broken. But yeah, that just going through that, like, it's one of those games, like, it's quite nice as a sports simulator sometimes, like, really rarely, but like when you watch a football game, it's like, how did that end a draw? That team was much better, and that's what happened there. It's just that one thing that went wrong at the end. The menu wasn't. Both teams picked up quite a few points. There were a couple of levels around. Yeah, and I don't know. That's fairly irrelevant. I mean, no successful dodges is quite poor, and you can feel aggrieved at that. But you can see the spread's not. It's the random number generator. It's how the game's played, and that is it. Both MVPs leveled though, which is nice for both teams. I think they might be the only 2 levels we've had. Where are we? Yeah, so the humans. It was the ogre was the only level of that game, I think. Who picked up guard? That's quite nice. So finally some guard on this team. You might normally see some blitzers taking guard early on. They've gone mighty blow first. Yeah, they will have to think about this one. It's maybe worth keeping him around, at least until you get maybe another mighty blow blitzer to replace him. But yeah, also you could just start using him in a way that doesn't need agility. You just got to make sure he's not the one you need to rely on at certain times. But yeah, that's how they're looking. I think they had a missing next game lineman in that game, or somebody was. What are they on? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4 gaps, 12 players, 11 next game. No, yeah, they did have someone missing the game. I think it was a lineman, but down to 11 again next game, but down a blitzer. So their opponent has 1 less player to worry about. And the Amazons did just pick up 1 level again, so that is a guard blitzer. This guard lineman was missing the game. They've got a broken one here who might not stick around long. A couple more missing next games as well. I don't think these were niggling injuries, are they? That's a missed next game. I think this one is too. Yeah, just a missed next game. Do have an apothecary now though, which is maybe overdue. But I don't know. I think they've been replacing players as they've been dying. But like Amazon's going to start with an apothecary quite comfortably. They went with 4 rerolls instead. I don't know. I think 3 in apothecary might have been a nicer way to start. And they're down to 10 next game, so they will have a loner in for the next match, which is against who of those 2 teams got next. Just look at those. So they've got Nurgle next with a loner. They'll be probably down some TV because I think the Nurgle is starting to kick on. And humans have got Chaos with one blitzer down. Mighty Blow is pretty useful against Chaos, so that is a shame for them. But Amazons will be on. It'll be on 1190. Actually, that's not that low. No, Nurgle have got a lower team value still. Although actually they're missing. They've got gaps in their roster too. Yeah, they're 1180. They'll be basically the same team value. Be 10 in it. Yeah. Anyway, we've still got a game to play this week, which is my High Elves against Chaos. We're playing tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. I think it's Thursday night this week. But we'll try and get that up. I think it'll be sometime at the weekend. I'll try and record that. And we'll be back then.